What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of FORNEVERNEWS, the only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related. No, we don't bore you, baby. We get into it. Let's do it.
No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done.
Yes, people, as always, I gotta let y'all know, in case you don't, that 65% of people watching this right now aren't subscribed, and you can change history, you can change fate by simply pressing that subscribe button and hitting that bell to get all notifications. It makes a world of difference, legitimately, for the channel, for the future of Forever News, and in general, it also is a very big benefit to you that you will always be notified whenever we drop a new episode, Monday through Friday, as well as in the weekends. We talk about anime, manga, all of that good stuff. So highly encourage you, go press those buttons. Now, with all that out the way, I want to jump into these stories ASAP. Let's do it. And first story on the docket is indeed One Piece related, in particular regarding Eiichiro Oda and the new One Piece film that is supposed to be hitting theaters here soon. I want to say they said, well, was it this summer, if I'm not mistaken? Like, it's supposed to be a big deal. One Piece film, Red. They hinted about Shanks being a very pivotal factor of this whole thing. Like, this is a pretty big deal. And recently, a couple of pieces of insight into the film, including Eiichiro Oda's role, as well as certain requests that he has made for this film, have come out. So let's take a look and read. For starters, a very big one, said here by Sandman_AP over on Twitter. Strong World is known as the film that Oda got involved the most so far. According to today's interview of Mr. Shimizu from Toei, Oda's involvement in the story of film Red is confirmed to be even more so than his involvement in Strong World. So if you go all the way back to Strong World with Shiki, I'll never forget, that was the One Piece film that really put One Piece films on the map. Everybody was talking about it. I imported it on Blu-ray from Japan for like $120 for a movie. Like, it was bonanzas of One Piece greatness. So that right there, I'll never forget. One of the big marketing strategies behind that was the original creator Eiichiro Oda is heavily involved, and at that time it wasn't really common for the creators of the manga to be involved in the production of a film. Usually they were just one off, and half the time they couldn't even fit in continuity in the story, anything like that. So it was kind of like a big deal when Oda announced that. And then following that, a lot of mangaka started following suit. We had Masashi Kishimoto start being involved in the Naruto movies. Towards the end, I believe the last Bleach film, Tite Kubo was said to have been involved in as well, the production of that one. So it became like a staple thanks to Oda. Now they're saying that he's going to be even more so involved than he was in Strong World with film Red. That's a very big deal. That's also going to put a lot of pressure, because if this One Piece film Red isn't better than at least the last couple ones, they're going to be like, yo, Oda, you were involved in this one more so than even going back to Strong World. What happened here? Now, there was back and forth, people, how they felt about Stampede, One Piece Stampede. I really enjoyed Stampede. I loved the fact that it was somebody from Roger's crew and all that jazz, but people felt like the power scaling was off and whatnot. I don't know. I just had a blast with that one. I wasn't the biggest fan of Film Gold. I feel like Film Gold was aight. It wasn't like if you go to Film Z. Film Z, that was with Zeto, that was incredible. So I'm hoping, and I always put that as the bar, like Strong World, second best film, Z, the best film, and then I probably put maybe Stampede under that, and then Film Gold under Stampede. And I'm hoping that this one could, at the very least, if it's going to outdo Strong World, that's fine, but I don't know if it could outdo Film Z for me. But if Oda is heavily involved, we gotta wait and see. But also, there's a little bit more insight into something that Oda requested for this One Piece movie. It says here, Eiichiro Oda requested One Piece film Red to give important role to a female character. So essentially, Oda went woke. No. Let's not get into that, okay? Relax. It was a joke, okay? Toei Animation producer Shinji Shimizu revealed at Toei's 2022 film lineup press conference on Thursday that One Piece manga creator Eiichiro Oda had two very specific requests for the upcoming One Piece film Red anime film. One, bring in a director who isn't necessarily involved in the TV series, and two, give an important role to a female character. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna throw this in right here. I wouldn't be surprised if Oda is chasing the female audience, and what I mean by that is maybe he saw like, yo, dog, My Hero Academia's film had a bigger female audience than ever. It was like 70-something% of the watchers of that movie was females. Let's give a really badass role to a badass female and see what happens. Maybe we could, get One Piece a little bit of a boost or something like that. Could just be that, hey, Oda wanted to get a female popping off. That'd be dope too, because at the end of the day, Oda's always been very progressive with certain things of what he wanted to do as manga. He's told so many different stories of racism, all sorts of stuff, so that's also a possibility. But marketing wise, where my brain always goes is like, that would be a good idea if more females are into anime and manga than ever now. Try and bring them over to the One Piece. Shimizu said that they were able to fulfill both requests. Having interacted with Code Geass director Goro Taniguchi before, he reached out to the director, and it turned out he was an old friend of Oda's. And Shimizu said that although there aren't many occasions when a director from outside Toei Animation works in the studio, he relishes the result. I feel like we've got a good chemical change happening, he said. As for the request to give a female character an important role, Shimizu stated that it was difficult to write the script while taking that into account. Why? I'm not even trying, but was to make a really dope female character. That's I mean, I don't want to say a tall order, because making a dope character in general is a tall order, but write a female character, make her really cool. Just do what you would do for a male character, for a female character, and voila. He expressed his gratitude to screenwriter Tsutomu Kuroiwa for putting it all together. Finally, he stated that Oda is just, if not even more heavily involved in One Piece film Red than he was in One Piece film Strong World, which he wrote the story for. Goro Taniguchi, who did Code Geass, One Piece Defeat the Pirate Ganzak special, will direct One Piece film Red. Tsutomu Kuroiwa, who did One Piece film Gold, One Piece Heart of Gold. Honestly, I liked Heart of Gold more than film Gold, if I'm being honest. Gant Zero, that was a pretty good one, I heard. And the live-action Black Butler is writing the screenplay, and One Piece manga creator Eiichiro Oda himself is serving as executive producer. The film will open in Japan on August 6, 2022, and give it to me. I'm ready for it, baby. I've been hyped for the next One Piece film since I seen Stampede, and yeah, Shanks, a new female. There's a lot for this film, and the fact that Oda is saying that he's more involved than ever, I'm ready for it, baby. Let's go. One Piece greatness! Onward to the next story, shall we? Which I'm sure everybody watching this right now, what I'm about to say, is going to be clapping and going crazy if they haven't heard about this one, but it's been a bit of a murmuring for a little bit now that Demon Slayer Season 2's final episode will be about 45 minutes long. Essentially, it'll be like 2 episodes. So even though the season is only going to be technically for the Entertainment District arc 11 episodes, because the premiere was like 2 episodes in one, and then this finale is going to be like 2 episodes in one, technically Demon Slayer has been for the Entertainment District about 14 episodes, which isn't bad at all. I mean, again, we can argue all day and debate all day about the necessity or the lack thereof for the Mugen Train readaptation. However, it ain't really bad when you think about it. It's a shorter season, definitely, than the first season, but we got about 14 episodes and a 45-minute finale after all the hoopla, hoorah, people going crazy, saying Demon Slayer for the win, Demon Slayer the greatest anime of all time. After the last couple episodes, I'm sure fans right now are salivating at. We get to end this off on a 45-minute banger. Hey, not bad at all. But yeah, Demon Slayer Season 2 finale will be 45 minutes long. I'm just wondering, because yeah, that's great, all of that good stuff. I'm sure it's going to be excellent. I'm sure people are going to go crazy, praise it, all of that good stuff. But I wonder how long until we get Season 3. Is it going to be a couple of years? What's going to happen? Are they going to try and squeeze in another film in between? Are they going to try and do a film every other couple of years? Because y'all seen what Mugen Train did. You ain't going to tell me that they're not going to try and get another film or 2 out of Demon Slayer after what the first one, Mugen Train, it was smashing records and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to try and do a film at some given point. Will that be the next step after Season 2? That remains to be seen. But either way, 45 minutes long, baby. I'm going to grab my popcorn. I'm going to have a blast with this finale, baby. Everything got to move over, because next Sunday, along with Attack on Titan, I guess, because I can't forget that it's been banging as well, Demon Slayer season finale, 45 minutes long. Let's go. Next up, Boruto Naruto Next Generation fans. Now, y'all know the dub has been behind for quite some time. In fact, I want to say that they stopped producing the Boruto dub for a bit. I don't know if it was because they took it off Toonami. The ratings weren't great for it, because at the end of the day, y'all know it's just a fact that Boruto has a bad name out there for people that aren't in the know. I think it's gotten better, especially after 2021 with Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen, all of the really epic stuff. Boruto 2021 is probably the reason why a lot of really awesome things are going to happen for Boruto moving forward. What was adapted into the anime for that year, last year, is probably why anything good that comes is going to happen, because at the end of the day, Boruto, it had a bad name for so long since the beginning with the inception of the anime and it having a lot of quote-unquote filler, anime only, anime canon, and then the manga also like starting off with a readaptation of Boruto Naruto the movie. It's had a bad rep, but thankfully it's continuing on. And I want to say the dub right now, if I'm not mistaken, they're just at like the Hozuki Castle stuff, so this announcement is probably lining up with what they're probably working on right now for the release of the dub episodes. But due to Shinobi Strikers, the Boruto Naruto game coming out with the DLC, this is probably why we're getting this, because we got the announcement of the English dub actor for Kawaki. If they continue coming after me, the bodies are just going to keep piling up. You've waited a long time. I am the English voice actor of Kawaki in Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker and Boruto Naruto Next Generation. So yeah, they're probably already about to or currently dubbing the episodes for the Kawaki stuff, which is great. And the person that's voicing is Michael Schwalbe. Forgive me, I'm terrible at right now pronouncing this one, but I want to say Michael Schwalbe, which shout outs to you, my guy. You kind of got a little bit of that Kawaki swag right there, and this is really, really dope. And yeah, it seems as though they're continuing on, because again, a lot of people were like, yo, they might be just dropping Boruto in the West altogether, because again, there was a long stretch until they came back with some of the DVD and Blu-ray releases of like, I think it was the Mitsuki episodes, if I'm not mistaken, that they started coming back with it. And then I know for a fact that they had some of the Jiraiya flashback episodes on DVD and Blu-ray, and then the most recent ones that I remember seeing in stores was the Hozuki Castle. But yeah, we're probably going to be getting Kawaki in the anime soon in the dub, and those are episodes that hands down, like, if you're gonna buy anything, if you ever thought in a million years you might buy some Boruto episodes, if you're not gonna buy the flashback stuff, because that's something personally that I would love to own, which I haven't yet because they don't have the Blu-rays at Walmart, total side discussion altogether, but these are the episodes that you would ideally want to buy, like the Kawaki versus Garo episodes, the Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen episodes, all of that stretch, Baryon mode, everything. Then those are the episodes that you ideally would want to buy. Like, I'll just keep it real. And I'm not a big fan at all of Shinobi Striker, but kudos to this guy landing the role, and kudos to the fact that we know for sure that they're going to be continuing on at the very least into the Kawaki episodes, and I think sales are going to pick up dramatically. Like, you telling me there's a Blu-ray on shelves in Best Buy or Walmart, or even you see it on the front page of Amazon with Baryon mode, you telling me that a few people aren't gonna, a lot of people are gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy that for sure, hands down. But yeah, voice actor of Kawaki for English dub confirmed, which means that we're going to continue on into the dub episodes with Kawaki. Dope stuff. Okay, people, so this one right here has a lot of people very disappointed and upset. I heard it, I want to say like maybe a day or so ago now over on the Breakfast Club. It was Charlamagne the God was talking about it, because he was supposed to be like, I believe, a executive producer. He was supposed to be involved in the production of this series, this return, shall I say, of the series. However, it seemingly is being canceled before it could even make its return, and that is the big return of, drumroll please, the Boondocks. The Boondocks, remember it was announced that the Boondocks was going to have a massive return and all of that jazz. It's been over the last couple of years they've been talking about it. However, according to this article, I believe it was one of the people involved in the Boondocks' return has confirmed that its return is being canceled. Let's read. Boondocks actor says Sony pulled the plug on upcoming reboots. The Boondocks is one of TV's most beloved series that ended too soon. In 2019, fans were excited to hear that the show is coming back after being announced that Sony Pictures Animation will be bringing the show back. Recently, however, Cedric Yarbrough said that the reboot is not happening. And goddamn, I didn't realize it was for some reason I thought it was 2020 that they had announced. It was 2019, so 3 years later, after fans are waiting all these years, boom, it's not happening. In an interview with the Geek Set podcast, Cedric tells fans Sony decided to pull the latest reboot. I hate to say this, but the show is right now not coming back, Yarbrough said. I don't know if this is breaking news, but we've been wanting to do the show, and Sony, they decided they're going to pull the plug. So I don't know. Hopefully maybe one day we'll be able to revisit. If we don't, then that's what that is. But I wish the show was coming back. The reboot, which was supposed to be released this year, was supposed to be a reimagining of the original and would see the return of show creator Aaron McGruder. Aaron McGruder spoke on the show's return a few years ago when it was first announced. There's a unique opportunity to revisit the world of Boondocks and do it over over again for today. It's crazy how different the times we live in are now, both politically and culturally. More than a decade past the original series and 2 decades past the original newspaper comic, there's a lot to say, and it should be fun. I'll keep it 100,000. For starters, one of the things why I was a little bit skeptical of the Boondocks returning is we had, I want to say it was 2 years ago now, the untimely passing of John Witherspoon, aka Pops. Man, I ain't gonna lie, he was just in so many different things that I loved throughout my life, from Fridays to the Wayans brothers to, like, he was all over the place. So losing Pops already made me a little bit like, how you gonna do the Boondocks without Pops, dog? Like, how's that even supposed to work? So that was one of the things that I was just kind of like, I don't know, maybe they could still make it work. Maybe they could get somebody else to kind of not necessarily play Pops, but play a Pops-esque type of role, which still would have been a little bit, but all right, whatever, maybe it still could have happened. And then 3 years later, I think the biggest reason why this got pulled and why it's not happening is possibly budgets and all that jazz, but most importantly, cancel culture. I am going to stress that I truly believe, because the Boondocks touched on so many what now today is deemed as sensitive subject matter, sensitive topics in general, they are not even going to risk it. They're not going to risk that people are going to, tomorrow, let's just say the Boondocks return, and then people decided, hey, let's pull up a clip from the first season of the old version of Boondocks and say, look, this was so culturally insensitive, how could they let this happen? And then try to get them canceled, and it'll be a massive PR nightmare. They probably don't want to deal with that, which I get it. In 2022, who the hell wants to deal with the mob? I mean, right now, look at what's going on with Joe Rogan and shit like that. Like, it's an insane thing to even think of being a part of. You know what I'm saying? So Sony's looking at it like, I think we're good. I think we're good on the Boondocks, but it is such a shame, man. The Boondocks was one of those things that, like, it really was a part of the culture, a staple of the culture. It commentated on the culture. It did, I don't know, Boondocks was something very different. It was very special. It had an anime look to it. I want to say it was produced by, was it? I don't want to say the wrong studio. I feel like it was Studio Pierrot, but I might be totally off, because I remember Korra, Legend of Korra Studio Pierrot did that one, but it was done by an anime studio over there in Japan, and it was amazing, man. The Boondocks is amazing, and it's a shame that the reboot is not happening, but, you don't got John Witherspoon, he passed away, and then on top of that, the subject matter, they're gonna be walking on eggshells to make content, to make comedy, and that's no way to go. I mean, look, Dave Chappelle, look what happened recently with him, and they're not gonna try and touch that, and I kind of don't blame them. I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to touch some shit that is gonna be like, yo, dog, we might ruin your career because of some, like. So yeah, unfortunately, the Boondocks' big reboot return, not happening, and it's a big shame, because Boondocks was that thing, but who knows, maybe 10 years from now when the climate is a little bit different and things change, hopefully it doesn't get any worse, maybe Boondocks can come back, but as it stands right now, yep, the revival is gone, dead in the water, not happening. Okay, people, next up, Toonami fans, Toonami lovers around the world, we got another big update. As I told you guys a few weeks ago now, maybe a month ago at this particular point, that Toonami, they're fighting for it. They're trying to do the damn thing. They've been making a lot of big acquisitions of licensing shows to play on the lineup, and now they got a really massively big one that has been par for the course for the most part. They've been running this show for quite some time on the lineup. However, they got the latest and final season of it. It says here, lineup news, the second part of the final season of Attack on Titan will join Toonami February 12th, and now the lineup is looking like 12 a.m. Shenmue, 12:30 a.m. Attack on Titan, 1 a.m. Assassination Classroom, 1:30 a.m. Made in Abyss, 2 and 2:30 One Piece, 3 a.m. Naruto Shippuden, and 3:30 a.m. Cowboy Bebop. And that looks like such a freaking amazing lineup. Definitely way better lineup than they had like a month or two ago. The lineup they had a month or two ago, I was like, I don't know. Like, dog, you got One Piece greatness, you got Naruto, you got Attack on Titan, you got something new with the Shenmue anime, you're getting a different audience with Made in Abyss, then you got the classic that there's still many people around the world that will still tune into Toonami just to catch that last episode broadcast of Bebop, even though they've seen it 100 billion times, and even Jason DeMarco, despite the fact that he's not really involved in all of this anymore, said, I feel good about this lineup right here. Hopefully you Toonami fans do too. Shout outs to Jason DeMarco, as always. I know I always give dudes shout outs and praise, but he's a very important figure to the history of anime and stuff like that. So shout outs to him. And yeah, people, if you are a fan of Attack on Titan, also if you've been waiting for the dub, wait no longer. February 12th, a few more days from now, you're going to be able to watch the brand new final season of Attack on Titan with the English dub over on Toonami. And That's a pretty big deal. It's a colossal deal, huh? That joke is so goddamn old, Fornev. What are you doing? Okay, people, next up, courtesy of Jose_Ke, let's take a look at the top 50 best-selling manga of the week. We got 50 through 41. We got a series called Badon, Volume 5 with 13,000 this week. We got Dr. Stone, Volume 24 with 13,700, bringing its total to 204 in 27 days. Not bad. Then, moving up a little bit, we got a whole bunch of Jujutsu Kaisen, Volume 3, Volume 5, Volume 4, Volume 6, Volume 2, taking up a ton of spots. Then, of course, Mystery Tolunakare, Volume 9 with 15,000. Jujutsu Kaisen, yeah, we're going to see a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen for a long time, to be honest with you. At the very least, for the run of Jujutsu Kaisen 0, because Volume 1 is on there with 15,700, bringing its total to 2.774 million. Then we got places 40 through 31. Again, more Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's see, is there anything shaking things up besides Jujutsu Kaisen and Mystery Tolunakare, which I gotta check it out. Okay, I guess let's jump all the way up to spot 32 with Kimetsu Gakuen. Remember, that was a comedy gag series of Demon Slayer. It was like Chibi Eyes, kind of like, you know, Rock Lee and his Ninja Pals and whatnot. In 27 days, almost 80,000, because it brought in 17,666 copies this week. Almost 80,000 for a gag series. I think that's probably one of the biggest spin-off gag series manga of all time, and it's because Demon Slayer is so goddamn big. Then we got places 30 through 21. Again, a whole bunch more. Mystery Tolunakare, Komi Can't Communicate, and 13 days, 79,000 with 18,500 this week alone. Four Nights of the Apocalypse at 26 with Volume 5. Another 18,000, 72,000. That is not bad at all, man. Four Nights of the Apocalypse is a spin-off sequel to the Seven Deadly Sins, and it's still hanging in there 5 volumes later. Not bad at all. Shoutouts to Four Nights of the Apocalypse. Again, a whole bunch more Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't want to keep on like, hey, Jujutsu Kaisen's great. Have you heard? Times 1,000. Like, we know. And then spots 20 through 11. More Jujutsu Kaisen. 10, 11, 15, 9. Mystery Tolunakare Volume 1. God damn, yo, we gotta talk about that. I gotta get into it. 13, Tokyo Revengers Volume 25 with another 21,000, bringing it to 950,000. A little less than 50,000 away from a milli. Let's go. And then top 10, baby. Top 10. We got some, again, more Jujutsu Kaisen. God damn, dog. What the hell is Tokyo Aliens? Tokyo Aliens Volume 4, 34,000. This week. Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Yo, that's crazy how just it's been dominated. Jujutsu Kaisen 0 came out in 2018 and it got 2.8 million. Oh my god. Overlord Volume 16, 40,000 this week. And Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 18 with 59. That is a low number to be number 1 on Oricon. Less than 60,000 got you the number 1 spot in the top 50 best-selling manga. That is odd. I mean, shoutouts to Jujutsu Kaisen, but maybe there weren't any really big significant releases, or there's another publication shortage, but those are really, really low numbers to start things off. So yeah, kind of shocked there. But yeah, people, those were the top 50 best-selling manga. Nothing too extravagant, just mostly Jujutsu Kaisen and Mystery Tolunakare and a couple of interesting ones along the way, but yeah, that's what it was this week. Okay, people, and last story of the episode. In case you've never heard of this, I want to say it was a video game, Nier Automata. It will be getting an anime adaptation. That's a big announcement. I want to say it's been leaked, actually. And yeah, I know that there was quite a few people that were really into that game. I had a few buddies that were really into it and used to always talk to me about it. And it does feel a little bit like, I don't want to say late, but that had a lot of hype quite some time ago, and I want to say it sold millions of copies, so that's one of the reasons why, like, yo, it's a very big IP, people will like it, but it's kind of like, maybe, if it's, okay, if it is a anime to the caliber of something like, you know, the top tier ones, I don't want to keep on referencing Studio Ufotable and Studio Mappa, or, you know, just like an A1 Pictures, if it has, like, that really beautiful quality art and animation, and it looks like, okay, they needed time to prepare and plan and put this together, then that will make a little bit of sense. But if it is not a really dope anime and it's just kind of like a, hey, let's rush this out, that'll be ridiculous, because this title doesn't have the same hype that it had a few years ago now. So it's interesting enough that they're making an anime from it, and maybe this deal was done back when the hype was going on or whatnot. But yeah, it kind of feels a little bit late. Maybe I'm off on that. Again, I know it has a massive fan base, but I don't know, it just seems odd. Like in 2022, it's getting an announcement for an anime at that, so it'll be a little more time afterward. Maybe it's having a sequel video game that's going to drop around that time too. But yeah, people, those were all the stories we have for today's episode. I am curious what you guys think. Best story, favorite story, interesting stuff. If you need me to elaborate elaborate on something, drop a comment. I be replying, I be hearting, I be all that good stuff in there. I like to engage with you guys. I have a blast with Forever News. Is like it's been, and now more so that it's like the center focal point of this channel. It's been amazing to interact with you guys on all these topics and stories and stuff like that. So, yeah, drop a comment and let me know. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and you guys just watched another episode of FORNEVERNEWS. Have an awesome day. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Let's go.
So just go.